Are you ready for another adventure? Got one coming up. What's up, guys? Brett with Ansell's Adventures here. Got another project. Working on the boat for the adventure boat, I guess we're going to call it. Needed to name, at least for now. So today we're going to change the lower unit oil. I'm going to show you how to do it, what you need to do it. It's not a big deal. People pay big bucks to have this done, and you can do it yourself. Really nothing to it. So it just takes a couple things, and yeah, we're going to show you how to do it today. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's our lower unit. This is our 30 horsepower Nissan 4-stroke. We're going to change the lower unit oil. You really don't need a whole lot for this, and hopefully I can keep this in focus. All you need is a catch pan, like you change oil in your car with, catch oil. Slide that puppy under there. Okay. You need a good flathead screwdriver on this particular one. They may have some that have nuts, but most of them are flathead screwdrivers. You want a good one, a good straight one. You do not want to strip these screws. Alright, let me see if I can aim this here, get you close enough. There's a screw right here that you can take out. Alright. Hard to do by yourself and film. Okay. Just a standard screw, flathead screw with a gasket. But that is a mother if you strip this out. Big problems. And I'm pretty sure this is an aluminum screw, so they strip out pretty easy if you don't have the right size screwdriver. Don't try to use a small screwdriver to take out a big flathead screw. Big problems. Alright, let me see if I can get you a little closer. Okay. This is the lower screw. It's right at the bottom of your lower unit. This is the drain screw. This also acts as your fill screw. And how this works is, take the screw out, let it drain all this old grease out. And I can tell this hasn't been changed in a while, because it is really, really bad thick. And this runs gear oil, 80, 90 weight straight, 90 weight, something like that. That's not so important as there not being water in this oil when you drain it. If you see water and it'll look like butterscotch or light brown pudding, that means your seal on your, I guess it would be your output shaft seal is leaking and water's getting in. And that causes big problems for bearings on the lower unit. It will eat it up. It's salt water in most cases. So, you don't want to see anything other than dark colored oil coming out of that hole. If you do, then you have a bigger problem. But in most cases, you won't. If you're doing maintenance regularly, this is what it'll look like. So what we're going to do is let this drain, and then we're going to take and shoot some brake fluid in this top hole here, and let it flush out any contaminants that may be in that oil. If there's any crud or clumped up oil, old oil in there, whatever, it should flush all that out. And then what we're going to do is put our pump in right here in our drain, tighten it in, pump up the oil, pump this full of oil until it starts coming out of the top hole. Once it gets to this top hole, you're done. Put the screw in, that'll keep it a vacuum so it shouldn't pour out the bottom when you take your pump off. Put the screw in, and that is it. That stuff is thick. That hasn't been changed in a while. Glad I did this. Ooh, safety squint. Yeah, we want to get all that nasty out of there. I can still see old oil that has gotten really, really bad thick coming out. But it's draining, so that's a good thing. Salt water and old oil are not good for a lower unit. They do not work well together on bearings. And you should change your lower unit oil every year. Now, if you're not using the boat very often, you probably don't need to change it quite that often, but it's not going to hurt you to change it. It'll actually just save you money in the long run to change it and prevent, a bigger issue. Having a lower unit rebuilt or trying to buy one used that's been rebuilt, I mean, you're talking anywhere from $600 to $1,000. When you can spend, I think the pump was $4 at Advanced or something like that, or Walmart maybe. I think I got it at Walmart. It's $4 or $5. It's nothing, and the oil is $3 a quart. Not a big, investment to save you from spending a ton down the road. And this stuff is still pretty sludgy. But I do like the fact that I'm not seeing any metal coming out, no metal shavings coming out, and I'm not seeing any water. That's the big thing. Alright, so we're ready to put oil in this thing. I've already screwed the hose in. There's an adapter that I've only needed one other time, and that was for my Yamaha outboard. This one on this Nissan takes an adapter as well, and for some reason I've misplaced it. Have you ever put something in a specific place so you know where to find it and then never find it again? Yeah, that's what I've done. But anyway, I made it work. So here's the pump with our 80-90 gear oil. And yeah, screwed in, pump it up till it comes out the hole. Done deal. It is March and I'm already swatting mosquitoes. Ah. Alright, this process takes a little while because gear oil is very, very, very thick to start with. And this pump has been used a lot. And it's trying to fall apart on me. I use this to put rear end grease in my truck. Because if you have a very tight place to pump oil that you can't get a bottle to pour it in, this thing is the ticket. And it's nowhere near as bad with conventional motor oil or something like that, but with gear oil you can see how slow the pump comes up because it's trying to draw that heavy thick oil back up in it. But this thing is a lifesaver in a tight spot, and it is hard to pump because the oil is so thick. But this is an absolute necessity to do this job. And like I said, it was cheap. It's only $4, $5 from Walmart. Comes in this little chintzy package. And the thing's made cheap. It's made to use one time, throw away, but I save everything. And this thing has come in handy a ton. Alright, we're going to keep filling this up until we get to where we need to be. And I'll cut it back on. Alright. I've got oil just about there. And I know this is crooked, but it's on my tripod and I can't get it to fit. Here it comes out right now. So we are there. Let me get this set back up. I don't make you seasick. Okay, we're gonna give it another pump. Make sure we're all the way full. We ain't got any air in the bottom of this lower unit. There it goes. It's pushing out a little bit of air. That's okay. We want to make sure we're completely full. Put our bucket back under. Now we're full. Alright. I'm going to hand start our screw so we don't cross thread it. That would be bad. Just tighten it down. Then we unscrew our pump. Make sure it doesn't leave an O-ring. And put the plug in. And this one's kind of tricky to get in. It's at a weird angle. Alright, it started. Get the yuck off my hands. Gear oil is horrible, stinks awful. But it's a necessity. Alright, crank that down. Crank that down and wipe it down. Alright guys, here's a little bit better view of the pump. Now that it's not all hooked up. Sorry, shaky phone. It's nothing to it. Comes a little chintzy package like this. Like I said, it's $4. And that took 3/4 of a quart to fill that up. That's all it took. Alright guys, that's going to wind up this video. Just a little short quick video of, changing the lower unit oil. Save you a bunch of money. Not a hard process, but one that definitely needs to be done every year, and gives you an idea of what's going on in the lower unit. like I say, can save you $1,000 or more. That's just on parts. That's not counting labor. So definitely something you can do yourself. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. All right, see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.